it's perhaps a coincidence that we didn't know that we would be chatting to you just 24 hours after a significant cut in additional excise duty by the government and the consequent reduction in oil prices, petroleum and diesel. Your first thoughts as to the reason it happened now and what it really means from a price perspective?
First of all, it's not a standalone decision. मैं आपको याद करवाना चाह रहा हूं कि नवंबर 4 तारीख को the first petrol and diesel excise cut took place. You remember 5 rupees and 10 rupees petrol and diesel excise was cut. It was a decision taken by the government, by the Prime Minister in particular, who has been personally monitoring the very difficult terrain through which we are having to navigate. COVID was difficult enough. We are not still out of it, no matter which way you look at it. I mean, the 80 million people, 800 million people, 80 crore of our citizens who are fed, given 3 meals a day, that process, that scheme is still on.
And that
2 billion vaccine doses distributed to our citizens. All those responsibilities that the government assumed are there. And yet, despite the financial costs involved, the Prime Minister decided, and that is the decision you are referring to yesterday, to reduce the excise on both petrol and diesel. And you're right, at the bunk it's read, the petrol, as a result of the 8 rupees excise reduction, the reduction at the bunk is 9 rupees 83 paisa. I saw. I was traveling after the decision, but diesel equally. So I think this is reflective of the Prime Minister's personal concern for the welfare of the common man, Aam Aadmi.
Ji.
You know, interestingly, normally when prices are very high, you would expect that the elasticity or the lack of elasticity, you would expect that demand would drop. But this month's figures which I saw, petrol consumption is 14% higher than the corresponding period the previous month. Diesel also, the earlier month. Diesel, I think also 2% or so. But that overall increase in consumption cannot conceal the fact. It conceals and it should not be allowed to conceal. There are some people who are not driving cars which are expensive, to whom, if you buy an 18 lakh rupee car, which is the most popular car, I'm not going to name it because somebody will say that I'm doing commercial promotion. But let's say I see which is the most popular car, it costs 18 lakhs. To them, it won't make a difference. Maybe they'll be happy that the petrol cost has come down by 9 rupees 83, and if you're tanking up, that's a little bit of money for them. But for those who are at the level of marginal subsistence, for them, the decline in petrol prices is very significant, and for diesel also. So I would say that the decision has been widely welcomed. It has been applauded. We got some carping noises, but some of us who are at the wrong side of the political spectrum, and we are fast atrophying or disappearing in terms of our political relevance.